Hey, Bluegrass, can we go thrift shopping?
Hello, YouTube world. I just want to go over what sold last night. Right now, all I'm doing is selling on eBay because the thrift stores, garage sales, my antique malls, and my flea market booth are closed. This is Let It Be by the Beatles. It was an artist, Sivaba, I don't know. And it's a collector's plate, Delphi. One of 10,000, I believe. This one's 9,000 something. Comes with a plate. This was what's neat about them too, is they come in it's perfectly made for it. So anybody that's a shipper understands that it's ready to go, and that's awesome. So I just I'll put another thing of bubble wrap around it and polybag it, and I mean, that's about all I have to do with it. So that makes it easy to ship. Ships for about $10. I calculate shipping on that one, priority mail, but just to make it easier, I always do calculate it anymore. Especially something like this, because it can be $10 or it could be $20 pretty quick. Another thing that sold was Patrick Mahomes. This I had for $26.95. It says $50 on here because this was in my flea market booth at one point. And I get more money in my flea market booth sometimes for these cards, but they're selling quick, so it's just money. And it's one of 177 of 99. You can see it there, and nothing special really. It's called Illusions, so it's probably a 10, number 10 out of all the cards to get, brands wise. It's kind of cool hologram on there, green. So it's $26.95. I sent an offer for $24.95, and someone took it. This was the good sale. This is my last Lebron James. The other one sold yesterday for $2.99, and this one sold for $3.09. And the guy was super happy about it. He's like, it looks so pristine. I'm like, yeah, it really is. I was gonna grade it. And he goes, I can't believe no one bought it yet. I'm like, me neither, but you got it. And it's funny because he texted me this morning, and he's like, so you're gonna put it in a screw down mailer and everything, right? You know, it's kind of cool to see him excited about getting this card. He's already paid for it and everything, and that's when it was a good time to have the lesson on baseball cards and football cards, because the screw down, the hard cases, the screw downs, and the magnet locks aren't good for cards. If you're trying to protect them, it's only to protect them if they're going to get smashed. But if you have a card where it's a chance to get smashed, you probably had it in a bad place in the first place. But these kind of cards are meant to be put in protection that's different than that, because if they're graded, they actually grade like even the surface. If there's little dimples, scratches, that gets counted against it. So you don't want to move it in and out. And those screw down things, there's always a little play in there. They always move a little bit, so they're going to hit the edges. So you do not want to put them in those. Let me go grab one real quick. So what the grading card companies would ask you to do when you send it in, and they want, when those grading card companies want you to send it in, and they want it to be a good card. So they don't, it's not an advantage to them to make it any worse. So what they do is they tell you to put it in these sleeves. And it seems counterintuitive, because you just slide it down inside of the sheet, which you always have the regular protection of the simple sleeve, this sleeve. So you put the simple soft sleeve, and then you slide it in to the top here, like so, and just slide it in a little bit, and it holds it snugger, and it holds it even. And then what I like to do, and then you just kind of knock it down with gravity here, and then I always put an extra sleeve, plastic sleeve around it, just for extra protection against moisture of any sort. And that way, I mean, counterintuitive because you think it's not going to be held in there good. But if you've watched any of my channels, how I pack stuff, you put a bunch of cardboard around it, make it like a sandwich, you put it in the cardboard so it holds in between it real good. And then you put the bubble mailer around it. And like a card like this, that's going to be $300. I will do this exact same thing, put it in a bubble mailer, small bubble mailer, and then I put it in an actual box too. So I just take $300 for this Lebron James rookie that he actually wants to grade. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in the best I can and in a box too on top of it. Why not? It's not gonna cost me anything extra. And like this one, I charged him, I believe, I think it was 15 bucks for shipping because I had the insurance and everything on top of that with that. So it's always covered. Because people like me, when we buy cards like this, we almost don't pay attention to shipping. Because at that point, we know it's worth more than the $15. That's why you're getting it. So just a little something that we do as card guys that sell. But get everything up and list it. I'm selling so much all the time, it's kind of nuts. I'm very thankful because it kind of equals out what I was selling in my garage sales. I mean my antique mall booths and my flea market booth. So it's making up for that stuff now. It's just too bad I can't go get that stuff to sell on eBay, which is really frustrating. But grind on, friends. I had one more thing that sold. So this was, actually, it was one person that bought two things that was actually the same thing. Two Albert Pujols rookie cards, Topps Chrome. One was $84.95 and one was $79.95. And I both of them I put out offers for $5 off. And he took it and bought them both. And he took 3 or 4 days to pay. And then I was about to ready to relist them because they're good cards and a lot of people were watching them. And he paid this morning right after I made the video. So that was a good sale. I think it was $164 all in. I gave him combined shipping. I think altogether it was going to be like 10 bucks shipping, so I charged him like $6.50 or something. And then I usually add that because I think it just costs $7. I put it in a box, belt mailer, and then box, and I put $150 in insurance on it, so it comes out to about $7. So so that puts me at 9 things that I sold just on Sunday. So get your stuff up. People have a little extra money right now and they can't go to the stores to buy it like they normally do. And what I found out about me even, and I don't buy a lot, but when I quit my job as a bartender and became a full-time mower, one thing I realized real quick was when you have all the time off, and like I had 3 months off in a row, what you find is you treat every day like Saturday. So you do what you do on Saturdays on your days off. And so you find as you spend money, and so when you spend money 7 days a week instead of 1 or 2, boy, you can tell a difference. So get that stuff up. I'm selling stuff that I don't really want to sell, but since it's going for more price and stuff, I can replace it later if I need to. So grind on, friends.
Bye. Bye from Bluegrass Pickers. Stay tuned.